The following series that I've developed for this exhibit was created during my artisan residency stay provided by the CDCR, the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation, at Solano State Prison. About 100 drawings reflecting the state of the physical location I was housed in, along with its many characters, guided by the subculture embraced by my fellow inmates, adopting the lingo and immersing myself in the routines of life as an inmate in a modern-day first world prison, missing birthdays and funerals to take a year to get to know myself better, abducted by the police from my place in life to go train and learn alongside some of the most technically sound artists I've ever had the privilege of working with. Truly a privilege and a life-changing experience. The following is letters that I wrote to my brother when I was in prison. They kind of go with the work. This is my new address for the remainder of the term this time around. I have to say, all in all, prison is not that bad. It's a step up from county jail. After being transferred to reception, Delano North Current State Prison, the program I as object was subjected to got better. Landed at North Current State Prison on the 28th of April and was there until I transferred to my final destination, this go-around, which is here at Solano State Prison where I write you from. There was a slight discomfort experience in being cuffed at the ankles for the 5-hour transport from Delano here, but really enjoyed the sightseeing on the way. Had a stopover in San Quentin and got to see their yard. Just dudes boxing, playing tennis, and lifting stuff. The architecture and surrounding areas looked nice. Right on the edge of the water, the dudes talk about it like it's one of the first things in California and stuff like that. There's definitely a culture associated with being an inmate and member of the CDCR from an inmate stance, perspective, and point of view. The longer I hang out, the more I start to grasp all the overall undertones of the subculture I feel may be shared experience by the incarcerated or formerly. Something in the way the guys talk about their experience, their element of respect from facility to facility, the do's and don'ts in common and living in communal spaces with one another, the camaraderie and sense of humor developed, the inside jokes, lingo, subculture, and industry terms. All in all, a good time to be had. I'll probably come out a little buffer. Like last time I packed on 40 pounds of noodle weight. It's not bad when my physical goals and creative goals remain pursued on a daily basis. 3 to 500 push-ups every other day, as well as drafting and designing for the guys. Missed a couple holidays, funerals, and weddings, it seems, since the last time I've been down. I as object having been subjected to the previous term of 6 months in Fresno County Jail. I was informed that my relatives were getting married. Naturally, I assumed to other people. On my behalf, I wrote them separately. I'll have a few tombs to visit since I ain't been to Mexico, and there's contingency on leaving the state in my conditional freedom, as well as a few people to congratulate. I always say they can't keep us here forever. Release date subject to change, but as of now is March 2023. Time's been speeding up since I'm close to the end of my term. I know it's a timely delay. Things since I've been here. Last time I wrote you with the pad, I never heard back. She shot me the address, but she missed a number. Think I mentioned that last time I addressed this one to your pad, considering readdressing it. Last time I did 6 months. I had a ton of papers, mostly drafts and designs, but I ended up walking a few miles fumbling bricks of papers and a few other miscellaneous items, trying to lessen the load and stack these for an exhibit when I get out, or I think I mentioned before to submit present before a board of admissions in hopes of getting accepted into a graduate program. I'm thinking of titling the exhibit My Prison Art, slightly better than my jail art. Just need to find the right venue. Been learning college football. I never understood how the divisions went. Fresno won the Mountain West Conference yesterday, and been watching World Cup while keeping up with NFL on Sundays. It's easy to get into sports when the TVs are on from 8 to 9, and I have a TV like the one we had growing up playing Nintendo on, like a 13K TV. Apparently KTV is a brand. Nothing fancy, but it works. Gonna meet up with a couple university representatives when I get out in an attempt to meet deadlines to get re-enrolled. Had to check on my student loans as well, though. Trying to keep up with this loan forgiveness thing that's been coming on the news lately. Hitting like 300 push-ups a day and taking it easy. Gonna try to get it up to 700 before I leave. Gotta hit it hard this last month. Looking forward to taking advantage of the services available to me as a result of my incarceration. I've been informed of a variety of programs developed and implemented in an attempt to prevent recidivism rates from skyrocketing, where the criminal felon people just commit crime after crime and live a lifestyle in and out of incarceration, going from facility to facility. That's where the account management idea kind of spawned from. There's a lot of truth to that. The thing is kind of difficult to get out of the criminal justice system. Like you can't get a lot of normal jobs as a result of criminal conviction. Submitting a search and seizure is a stipulation of my conditional freedom, and probation makes things difficult to obey all law stipulation. At least this time I'll be granted a conditional freedom. I don't think that it's court mandated that I complete any drug classes or batters interventions for that false allegations under which I'm currently being detained for. Either way, super hype on finally getting out. Been told I qualify for SSI funds, as well as since being formerly incarcerated is somehow convincing enough to be contributing factor to be considered for disabled. Something along the lines of that. You just show up the Social Security office and tell them that you're emotionally perplexed as a result of being incarcerated, and that with a few papers leads to quarter annual government funding. I'll have to follow up on that when I leave, as recommended, as well as transitional housing being provided, hoping they'll put me in a motel like they were doing for the homeless in my county before getting locked up.
This is Stella. She has big ideas for this year's tree.
Real big.
So they went to Michael's and found inspiration in the one holiday shop as expansive.
I can't do that group sober living stuff. It's tough living with 150 roommates, but adaptive mechanisms kicking in and roles of autonomously developed. Still, tolerance training of sorts having to coexist in a big room with rules and regulations already implemented by the CDCR. But despite the facts of the matter, and nonetheless, I'll be out January 3rd, 2023. Assuming everyone will be on vacation, I'll be back in Fresno, reestablishing myself as a citizen, finding ways to draft and design, and eventually becoming prosperous. But yeah, the account management makes sense for the in and out of jail prison lifestyle. They give us tablets and app games like Sonic and Candy Crush that were preloaded NPR Tiny Desk videos to listen to while I create helps days go by super fast. It's essentially a makeshift studio of sorts. I'll be able to collect the work at some point as it becomes a source of finance upon exhibiting. Helps get commission jobs and re-engage with the community. Also good on the resume. That's the update, yo. See you sometime, maybe mid-January. Peace and love always. Stay up, bro. you.